kickoff. I'm psyched. I hope you guys are too. And today I have our NFL fantasy football preview. I've done my drafts and I have my strategy. I have one draft I did much better on, so I'm going to be sharing my results from that one and a few tips. And then I also have a few busts you might not want to pick up, or some fairy tales that you might want to pick up, because I have a feeling they're going to get you some points. So let's start with my better roster, and all of my players are permanent for the first week except Jason Witten, who I'm attempting to trade for Emmanuel Sanders. That trade expires in 2 days, so we're going to see if that goes through. It might not, but I'm fine with Witten. So I have two of every position. Or no, I have one more than the requirement. So you're required to have one quarterback, two running backs, two wide receivers, two tight ends, two flex. Or no, my bad. You're required to have one quarterback, two running backs, two wide receivers, one tight end, one flex, one defense, and one kicker. But I won up all of those. So, yeah. So, let's start with quarterback. Quarterback is one of my most loaded positions. Starting with Aaron Rodgers. Not my favorite pickup because, I am a Bears fan, but you gotta do what you gotta do to win. So, I have Aaron Rodgers, who is the number one ranked quarterback ahead of Tom Brady. And you can get him in the later rounds because Tom Brady and a few other quarterbacks will go before him. Stafford. So, because I caught him in a later round, than even Rodgers, I was able to pick up Cam Newton, a great backup quarterback who I feel is going to be on his MVP type season after coming back from this injury. So next we go to running back, which is also a really good position for me. I have David Johnson and Christian McCaffrey starting, and Mark Ingram on the bench. Last year I had Mark Ingram starting. Now he's on my bench, and Ingram is definitely going to be good this season. I'd pick him up if I were you as a bench player. He's going to be good. And then Johnson, the number one fantasy player, and Christian McCaffrey, my most hyped rookie of the year, possibly rookie of the year, and also better than Leonard Fournette, so definitely the best running back from this new rookie class. So I'm loaded at running back, and so Christian McCaffrey and Mark Ingram are my pickups from running back that I'd recommend for you. Johnson's going to be hard because if you don't have a top 2 pick, you're not getting him, but McCaffrey and Ingram you can get in really late rounds, like 8 through 10 you can get them most likely, so there's some pickups you should get. At wide receiver, I have T.Y. Hilton, Demaryius Thomas, and Willie Snead. Willie Snead is my bust. Do not pick. Why? Because he's suspended. I do not think he's going to come off his suspension good. So I'm going to try to get rid of him. Probably pick up some wavier players. But, yeah, so he's on my bench. And T.Y. Hilton's always good in Indiana. And Demaryius Thomas is questionable, but I expect him to be back because he practiced today. And he's also, despite his limited practice, he's looking pretty good. So he should play in the Sunday opener for the Denver Broncos. So next we go to tight end, and I have the number one tight end according to ESPN, Travis Kelce, better than Gronk, but you can get him a bunch of rounds later. I probably got him in the 4th or 5th round, and Gronk can sometimes go as high as 1st round in a 12-team draft. So I have Travis Kelce at tight end, and then Zach Ertz and Jason Witten on the bench. So those are two players who can definitely back up Kelce on his bye week or if he gets injured. So for flex, I have Michael Crabtree, a player I like to pick up because people don't really think of him as a franchise player, but really he never does bad. He's not standout because of Derek Carr, but he's good. So I always like to have him. And on the bench, I don't have anybody because, as I said, Witten is replaced my bench player who I forget who it is. So then on defense, I have Cardinals D and Jaguars D. Nothing special. Kicker is where I have the best kicker, Matt Bryant. But, that doesn't really mean anything because that can change in any second. And then also Harrison Butker. A few more players who I'd pick up. Dak Prescott, I think he's going to be good despite what people are saying. So he might be a good pickup as a bench. Mike Evans in Tampa Bay is kind of like a Crabtree player. He's always good, just not the most standout. Greg Olsen at tight end to back up or to start because he can be good. Mike Wallace from Baltimore also is a good pick. I would not get Stephen Gostkowski because he has been not as on his prime the past few seasons as compared to how he was in his prime a few years ago. And also I would pick up Jeremy Hill from Cincinnati because I think he will get you a few yards and a few points this season. Well, that's all we have today. I hope you guys all have good luck in your fantasy league this week and the rest of the season. Go Bears! They open their season at Soldier Field this Sunday against the Atlanta Falcons. And that's all I got. Signing off for the Chicago Sports Desk. As always, I'm Alex Burstein. Thanks.